Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. It's a blockbuster rumor swirling around the NFL right now, and it's got the Packers fans sitting on the edge of their seats. Reports indicate that Green Bay might be on the verge of pulling off a major trade that could reshape their defense and possibly elevate their Super Bowl chances. The name at the center of this buzz: Pat Surtain, the Denver Broncos lockdown cornerback, who has been making waves across the league with his elite coverage skills and versatile play. Now, the speculation suggests that Green Bay is looking to acquire him, and the deal being discussed could involve a first-round pick in the 2026 draft and a second-round pick in 2027. That's a hefty price, but for a player of Surtain's caliber, it might just be worth it. Sources close to the negotiations indicate that the Broncos are considering trading Surtain as part of their rebuild, especially after a tough 2025 season where they finished 5-12 and are now looking to free up cap space, reportedly around $36 million, to revamp their roster, particularly at the quarterback position. Surtain, only 25 years old, has established himself as a true shutdown corner, someone who can lock down the opponent's top receiver and make life miserable for quarterbacks. His ability to limit big plays and force punts has been a game-changer for Denver's defense, which, despite its struggles, has seen flashes of brilliance thanks to his coverage skills. Deep dive into Pat Surtain's profile. Let's dive into what makes Surtain such a coveted piece. Over his career so far, he's played 64 games, recording 192 solo tackles, 7 interceptions, and 36 pass deflections. His 2025 season was particularly impressive, playing all 17 games with 58 solo tackles, 3 interceptions, and 12 pass breakups. His PFF coverage grade of 90. 5 ranked him as the second-best corner in the league, and his overall grade of 91. 8 doesn't just show consistency, but elite-level performance. Targets against him in 2025 totaled 82, with a catch percentage allowed of just over 50% and a yards per target average of 6.5 yards. His expected points added, EPA, per target was a solid -0.22, indicating that his coverage directly impacts the game positively. Though he's had some injury concerns, a shoulder injury in Week 7 caused him to miss 1 game, but overall, he's been durable and reliable. Denver Broncos, rebuilding strategy and cap space. The Broncos' decision to consider trading Surtain is rooted in their financial situation and roster strategy. With a cap hit of about $24 million, Denver needs to make some tough choices, especially after dealing with a rate of 84.6 against the pass last season, which isn't terrible but leaves room for improvement. Their draft picks are also being targeted to bolster the offensive line, especially after the recent struggles with their first-round pick, Nick Nix, who posted a high rating of 84.6 but couldn't fully turn the tide for Denver's offensive line. Similar to the Rams' trade for Jalen Ramsey in 2023, Denver might be looking to rebuild around younger, cheaper assets while making a strategic move to stockpile picks. The Green Bay Packers, defensive evolution now. What does this mean for the Packers? Well, if this deal goes through, it would significantly bolster their secondary, which has been a weak point in recent seasons. Currently, Green Bay's defense has been surrendering around 250 yards per game, not terrible, but certainly not what you'd call elite. Adding a player like Surtain, who allowed only 140 yards per game last season and forced an 18% increase in punts, could be a game-changer for the Packers' pass defense. He's the kind of player who can lock down top receivers and give the entire defense a much-needed boost. Impact on Green Bay's defense. Surtain's presence would allow the Packers to play more aggressively on third downs, where they currently allow a 45% conversion rate. His elite coverage skills could turn those critical moments into opportunities for turnovers and stops. His ability to force turnovers and disrupt offensive rhythm can create more opportunities for Green Bay's ball hawks and improve their overall field position. His versatility in coverage, able to lock down the opponent's best receiver or play in zone, makes him an invaluable asset in today's NFL, where offenses are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Historical context and player development. Looking at the bigger picture, the Packers' defense has shown some flashes of improvement, but they still rank toward the bottom in points allowed, giving up about 28 per game. Bringing in Surtain could be the strategic move that pushes them over the top, transforming the secondary from a liability into a strength. His presence would also open up more options for defensive coordinator Joe Barry, who could dial up more complex coverages and blitzes, knowing they have a shutdown corner capable of handling the toughest assignments. From a historical perspective, Surtain's impact in 2023 was already notable, with 4 interceptions and a boost of over 110 yards in total defense when he was on the field. His scheme fits perfectly with the Packers' defensive philosophy, which has been leaning towards more versatile and aggressive coverage schemes. His ability to play both zone and man coverage makes him an ideal piece for a team looking to contend again soon. Plus, his third down efficiency, currently at 45%, could be improved further with his shutdown ability, turning more of those crucial moments into Green Bay's favor. Future expectations and potential impact. So, what can we expect moving forward if Green Bay pulls off this trade? First, there's the immediate impact on the secondary's overall performance. Surtain's addition would likely result in a significant dip in passing yards allowed per game, elevating the Packers' defense from mediocre to formidable. His presence could also help revitalize the entire unit, encouraging younger players like Eric Stokes and Rasul Douglas to elevate their game, knowing they have an elite corner backing them up. Moreover, this move would signal to the league and the fanbase that Green Bay is serious about winning now. The Packers have historically been known for their strong defenses under coaches like Mike Pettine and Dom Capers, but recent seasons have seen some regression, especially in the secondary. A player like Surtain could be the catalyst that restores that identity and makes the Packers a feared defense once again. Surtain's impact in high-stakes games in terms of playoff potential. Surtain is already being seen as a potential X-factor in limiting the league's top wide receivers. His ability to neutralize players like Tyreek Hill, Davante Adams, or Justin Jefferson in high-stakes games could be crucial for Green Bay's postseason success. His knack for forcing turnovers and breaking up passes in critical moments could turn close games into W's, especially in the NFC where matchups often come down to defensive stops. The bigger picture. NFC North and league-wide implications. The NFC North has been a fiercely contested division in recent years, with teams like the Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, and Chicago Bears all vying for supremacy. The Lions, in particular, have been on the rise with a potent offense led by Jared Goff and a defense that's improved significantly under Dan Campbell. The Vikings, with Kirk Cousins and a strong supporting cast, are no pushovers either. If Green Bay manages to secure a player like Surtain, it could shift the division's power balance. The Packers' defense, which has often been a cornerstone of their Super Bowl runs, would become a legitimate threat, forcing opponents to rethink their offensive strategies when facing Green Bay. This defensive upgrade could also influence the league-wide perception of Green Bay as a team that's back in the hunt, ready to challenge for a deep playoff run or even a Super Bowl appearance. Stats and player profiles. Let's take a moment to appreciate Surtain's career stats in more detail. Over his 3 seasons in the league, he has been remarkably consistent. His career totals include games played, *64 solo tackles, *192 interceptions, *7 pass deflections, *36 forced fumbles, *2 fumble recoveries. His ability to make plays on the ball, combined with his coverage skills, makes him one of the premier young cornerbacks in the NFL. His 2025 season, with 58 solo tackles and 3 interceptions, showcased his ability to be a true playmaker. His PFF grades consistently hover around the high 80s and low 90s, reflecting his elite status. Player maturation and leadership beyond statistics. Surtain's leadership qualities and maturity have been praised by teammates and coaches. Coming from a football family, his father, Pat Surtain Sr., was an NFL Pro Bowler and a respected defensive back. He carries a legacy of excellence and professionalism. His work ethic and approach to film study set an example for younger players on the Broncos roster. The potential fit with Green Bay's defense in Green Bay. Certain would be a perfect fit for the team's defensive scheme, which emphasizes versatile coverage and aggressive playmaking. Under Joe Barry's system, which often involves complex zone concepts and man coverage, Certain's ability to seamlessly switch between roles would allow the Packers to disguise coverages more effectively and confuse opposing quarterbacks. His skill set complements other key defenders like linebacker Key Walker and safety Adrian Amos, creating a more cohesive and threatening defensive unit. Future outlook. Long-term impact. Looking further into the future, acquiring Certain could be a long-term investment for Green Bay. Given his age, he still has several prime years ahead, making him a cornerstone piece for the team's defensive core. The contract negotiations could be a point of discussion, but given his talent and young age, a long-term deal would likely be beneficial for both sides. Risks and challenges. Of course, any trade of this magnitude involves risks. The Packers would be giving up a significant amount of draft capital, which could impact their ability to build through the draft in subsequent years. Also, integrating Certain into a new defense might take some time, and there's always a chance that injuries or scheme fit issues could arise. However, his proven talent and work ethic suggest that he would adapt quickly and provide immediate dividends. Fan and community reactions. The Green Bay community is buzzing with excitement over the possibility of landing Certain. Fans are already envisioning a secondary that could rival some of the best in the league. A trio of Certain, Stokes, and Douglas, backed by a strong pass rush, could make Lambeau Field a nightmare for visiting offenses. Social media platforms are filled with predictions, memes, and debates about whether the Packers should pull the trigger on this deal. Final thoughts in conclusion. The potential trade for Pat Certain II represents a bold and strategic move by the Green Bay Packers front office. It embodies their commitment to returning to championship contention and signals a willingness to make aggressive moves to elevate the team's defense. If successful, this acquisition could be the turning point that reinvigorates a storied franchise and sets the stage for another Super Bowl run. Fans should keep their eyes peeled, as this storyline is unfolding right before our eyes, and the outcome could define the Packers' season and beyond. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind all of you passionate Green Bay Packers supporters to leave a like on this video. Your support helps the channel grow and ensures you stay updated with the latest news, rumors, and deep dives into your favorite team. Together, we're building a community that celebrates everything Packers. Through highs and lows, the future looks bright. And I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Certain II can be the game changer the Packers need? Would you be willing to part with a first-round pick in 2026 and a second in 2027 for a player of his caliber? Drop your comments below. Your opinions are vital to this community. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and insider info, so stay tuned and keep that Packers passion alive. Let's go, Pack. Character count, 10, 132 characters.